Alright, so let's talk about TFT. How has the experience been so far now that it's been released on the PBE? Waiting. A whole lot of waiting. So, if you've tried to get onto the PBE, you know this. It takes. It's taken me around 4 to 5 hours to get in the past few times, and also, like, the timer's been super inconsistent. Actually, though, today as I'm making this, I think they updated the approximate wait time because I started at 12 hours today and now it's down to 5 hours, and it hasn't been 7 hours, but it's a lot more accurate than it was before because before it would just say like 25 minutes and it actually took me around 5 hours to get in. And also last night though, there were a lot of errors happening as well because I waited and waited and then it finally got below 9,000 people in queue. I finally, it went to like 3,000, 6,000. It was jumping around a lot there. And I stopped looking for 1 second. I come back, gave me an error message. I waited for around 4 to 5 hours again for nothing because I just get an error and there's nothing I can do. And I try to relog in again and then I'm put back onto the multiple hour queue. But I have gotten a few games in. The first game I played with my friend and I did horribly and I placed 8th. I'll count that as a warm-up because the second game I was able to win. So let's take a look at the UI. So first, if you hover over your gold on the bottom, I didn't know this because I didn't see anybody else doing this. You get, this is might be new as well. Now you get your total income that you might get from this round, which includes the passive income and also the interest. It calculates that for you. And then also win or lose streak. This is what I was unsure about in the last video, but now it tells you if you continue your streak, how much gold you're gonna get this round. So you have to know if you've been winning or losing, but it's not that hard to keep track. But if you continue that, you will get that amount that it says on the bottom when you hover over your gold. And then going to the left, it shows you all of your synergies that are happening. There's a little diamond shape in the middle, and then above that are colored ones, and that tells you what is the synergies that are currently active on the board. And below that are the synergies that are not active. Maybe you don't have enough pieces, maybe they're on the bench. Those are just what those are. So it's pretty clear. The UI, I think it's really good compared to what I've seen in Auto Chess on Dota's side. Alright, and let's go to the top. The top just tells you who you're gonna play next and who you've played before. When you're preparing, and if it's against another player, you don't know who it is. It just says question mark, and it also tells you when you're gonna go into the carousel and when you're gonna fight the PBE mobs. Cool. And on the right side, you get a list of all the players and their rankings in terms of health right now. And this is also pretty nice. You get to click on the people and then you can see their map, what they're fighting right now, and you just click back to your own to view your own again. And then you can actually ping them on their map and they'll see it. And you can also do that on the bottom right. The small little mini map, if you just click on one of the grids, it'll show you the players that are playing on that map right now. And I think that's about it for the UI. Overall, I think it's pretty clean and already pretty polished, not too bad. And also there's this weird thing you can do actually. You can walk to the bottom and you get to see this, the map just kind of pulls down to the bottom, and then you can also walk to the top and it does the same thing to the top. But you actually cannot unlock the camera, like the camera's always locked. In the carousel, it's actually really annoying. Like sometimes it's like uncentered, so I don't know, it just feels really awkward. But outside of that, I think overall the UI's been pretty nice and the overall gameplay has been pretty smooth. There has been a few bugs. If you've seen Scaro's video, Toast was doing this as well. You buy Force of Nature and then you just get like infinite numbers on units on the map. So there are obviously a lot of bugs. They've been doing a lot of bug fixing and a lot of hot fixing. So it's actually, the game has gotten significantly better even over the 2-3 days I've been playing. Ooh, oh my god, I feel like I should do this now because it's, I don't, in the moment, you know. So for my laptop, I use the hotspot from my phone because we don't have Wi-Fi at home. You just don't really need it around here. But I forgot about that, and I brought my phone downstairs to run a short errand. I just had to hand something to someone, and then like as soon as I did that, I remembered that I'm freaking in queue for PBE. So as soon as I do that, I run up as fast as possible up 5 flights of stairs, making sure that if it like disconnects, it takes a little bit to try to reconnect, right? And if it doesn't connect, it just gives up. So I wanted to make sure that I could make that time. Ooh, it looks like I did it though, because my Wi-Fi was disconnected, but as soon as I click connect, ooh, I am in the PBE page. I can see the home page. I can click play. I can click team fight tactics. So I actually might be able to play more of a day today. Ooh, that was scary, man. Ugh.
A few moments later.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I have the client open right now. I can go into party and change modes, but confirming takes a while, and then also I click queue up and it doesn't really respond, and also the chat box on the right says you've been disconnected from chat, attempting to reconnect. So I don't know, maybe the server's just overloaded, maybe something else happened. Yikes.
A few.
Seriously, wow, what a roller coaster of emotions, because like what happened, long story short, I can play on the PBE now again. So what happened was my client wasn't working, I couldn't play. So I was like, okay, let me open Task Manager. Maybe there are 2 instances of the client running because I was playing normal league earlier. Maybe it's still running in the background, and having 2 instances of the client open was causing some problems. So I closed down the one that has less activity, and then what happened was it closed down the PBE client and then reopened it. And then it still went back to the same stuff, like it looks like I'm logged in but I can't play. So I did that again, the same thing happened again. So I was like, okay, I guess there's really no help. I have to close this main activity. So I end that task in Task Manager, and what happens is it just closes the PBE client and it doesn't do the reopening again. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll try to log in now again and see how long the queue is. I open PBE, log in, and it says you're number 1 in queue and you have 1 minute left. So I was like, oh, this has to be like some sort of bug. It hasn't loaded how many people are in queue or something. But then it actually logged me in. So I was like, wow, there are two main possibilities here, I guess. The first one is they probably logged a lot of people out, and I was lucky enough to actually be one of the first and not have to wait. The second, I think, more likely possibility is that on the server side, somehow I am still stored as logged in, so I didn't really have to go through the queue to wait again. So yeah, pretty much I'm happy because I get to play now. There's really not much else to say. Overall, if you really want to do this, it is a lot of waiting, and also sometimes you're really excited. It looks like you're really close to getting in. You can finally play after hours of waiting, and then it throws you some error, or you are actually logged in and you are unable to play somehow. So manage your expectations. Overall, the game is still good. More videos will come out, definitely, for sure. I can't get too much footage because I can barely play the game, but it's great. It's a good game. See you next time.